Hello everyone and welcome to my first Age of Wonders 4 video. Today I'll be talking about start of the game and identifying what your early goal should be. Realm traits are Divide, Wondrous Past, and Regenerating Infestations. Map size is very large for 4 players, World Threat is high, and most importantly, Hero Resurgence is turned off. I'm gonna be using my custom-made faction, which is Barbarians with Science of Evil and Runesmiths. I'm not gonna go too much into depth about the creation of a faction. That's gonna be another video maybe in the future. This one is gonna be primarily for what you should be doing early in the game. Now, once you start in the underground, first thing you need to find is the exit. In this case, the exit is very easy to find and it's right next to my city. The exits sometimes are a bit more tough to find, but there's usually a road leading up to the exit of the map. Now, we can also see that here is a city state. Hopefully it's my city state, even though it doesn't seem to be from this perspective because there seems to be a windmill also here, so it's already most likely going to be a neutral city state that it does not have my people inside, so I'm going to be seeing what that exactly is. Now, you can see those are, it's a 6 population city. Now this is actually great for me. Now first thing when you find a city like this very early, you want to see how exactly strong are the defenders of it. Because if you can capture early cities like this, it's very good for you. And like, look at this composition of units. There are 2 scouts, 3 priests, and 1 awakener. Like this is a prime city to hit early. And this is what we're going to be doing in this game. One other thing that you need to be doing, especially like this when you start in the underground, you want to take as much of the digable as you can. So you spread your units early, you don't have to fight early. The first thing you want to do is spread those units. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. We also found a small monster den. You want to clear these very early if you find them. In this case, we will be clearing it. Sometimes when you find a brigand camp, you might not want to clear it, because those can be farmed for extra knowledge, and that is also very valuable. Now we're going to be taking these, and lastly we're going to take this. We're going to be moving our leader as close as we can to this small monster nest, so we can see what's guarding it. Okay, we also see here this, so we are going to take up on it. Now this is an early that you can clear. These should be cleared very early, especially if the defending power is so little, because on turn 7, maybe 8, 9, it's gonna spawn a much stronger unit. Much stronger, and it's gonna be problematic to kill it early. The first thing I like to pick up on as the building go is the battle ritual side. Another good choice would be workshop. I'm not a fan of storehouse or shrine. You want to try family with the barbarians so they have more clearing power, and you want knowledge either or production. Those are good choices. I prefer to go for knowledge, even though this one doesn't give a lot, but it's still significant enough for me to take. One of the things that I'm going to be doing early with this one is the Clairvoyant. I'm looking at the Clairvoyant because I intend to capture it, and there are like positions like this far. This is something that I want to pillage so I can get more early gold. I'm going to declare war on it, and it doesn't matter because it's not going to spawn a unit by the time I start sieging it. And once you start sieging, it does not spawn more units. So that's an important thing to note. You want to start sieging it as soon as possible so that it doesn't produce more units. If it spawns a 6 stack, you're going to have a very difficult time clearing, because usually the second 6 stack is much more stronger than the first one. So we have gotten a lot of production from this clear. We have also gotten a large cage, which is amazing for us, really. Summer Fairy, now that is a great gift for us. Because Summer Fairies, any tier 3 unit is very strong early. You should be going for it. Now I'm hopeful that I'm gonna get, once I clear this. Unfortunately, I did move some of the units a bit far, which is what I should not have done, but you don't need full stack of units to clear this. This is not that strong, so we're gonna go cleared. Didn't suffer any losses, and something special like this. Now this is great because I got 61 food and some mana. This is also amazing. This item is one of the best iPad items that you can get. Now this is great because on the next turn I'm gonna get more population, I'm gonna find food, and that's gonna give me one more unit to one more building more easily produced. I'm gonna go dig here. There's another diggable area around here, so I'm gonna be moving towards it. Although we're using this one because this is the slowest unit, you want to keep it close to the others. Also want to check how strong this is. It probably has some hidden units because some reason it's weak. Now this is gonna probably lead to my second city state. In most cases, sometimes rarely you get spawned like very far away city state, but in this case I feel like it's gonna be here, so I'm gonna go and try to discover that. So now I can burn this farm to the ground. You want to burn some of it. You don't want to, if you're gonna take the city and keep it as your own, you don't want to burn everything. And we also want to see what racial transformations they have. They usually have features. Some of them they don't. In this case, they don't. Sometimes it's even good to raise a whole city to have extra gold that you can get early. And now we can see where exactly now we first check the strength of this. Now this is also fairly easy to take. So we're going to be moving towards it. Some fairy, it has bloom life, yes, we're going to be using that one, and we're going to be using a hero. This should be a relatively safe clear, although you should always keep in mind to level up the hero. One more thing I forgot to mention is that you should give yourself the Whispering Stone. Unfortunately, in the last one I got the farm and I finished that one, so I'm gonna be picking up, instead of the farm, I'm gonna go for the quarry first. And the next thing I'm gonna be building is an ancestral pool. Now I still delaying my second hero because I don't like picking up a second hero if I didn't discover my city yet. Which is something that you should always keep in mind. If you haven't discovered it, try to delay it. Another side battle, clear this. This one is more tough, and this one is not that tough, so we are gonna be going for that one next. You want to clear as much as you physically can early, without damaging your units. So that's about it in this turn. Next turn we are gonna cast another bonus. Now let's see if we can actually get the city state. Now we have found, since I'm guessing that's my city state, yes it is. So once you find your city state, what you can do is, now is the time for you to pick up your second hero. This is one of the things. This one I would like to pick up a bit later because it has an order active, but right now I want more power, raw power, so I'm going to be picking up this hero, and I'm going to be using it straight away to go and siege this city, because I don't want to lose any time to start sieging the city. It doesn't matter how much you siege a city with, the AI, if it doesn't have an extra stack running around, it's never going to attack your city. You can always siege it with a single unit and it's never going to attack you. That's another thing that you should keep in mind. The second thing, we go here, we finish this one, right, we probably get another level, that's great, and now we go back and start prepping for that fight, inevitable fight that we're going to soon have. Now because we are low on gold, we can't exactly produce a unit, unless, okay, you always want to pick this up if you can. When you're low on gold like this and you want to produce something, you check if you have any items that you don't really like. Like this item, I'm not a fan of demoralizing mask. Leather armor, although it's very nice, does not help me that much in this early, especially in order combat. And this one, someone can be summoned because I want to have more units for a fight. After we discover this, we are trying to find bit more to dig up. Unfortunately, we're not finding it right now. There's another route. Later should go, we are gonna go down with Scout. Hopefully we get a second city location here. We're gonna see that a bit later. We'll level up. I like to pick up the fast weapons for a bit more damage. So, and burn. Can't clear that. Okay. I forgot what was guarding this one. No, nothing guarding that one. And this is also not a very easy fight, so we're gonna avoid doing that at this time. Now we can go here. Let's move to those we're gonna be making go here. And then we use the ritual of alacrity. And that's not the best use out of it, but still good enough use. So we're gonna go here to join up on our fight. They're gonna stay there for one round. And here I'm gonna go and trespass through this. You don't really care anymore after you pick up the first. You don't care about the relation because most likely you're gonna pick that up. Let's also destroy that one. That one's also ready to cast. This one I would not. I would like if I could build one, but right now I can't. And the next time I'll be able to when I burn out the second farm. This is gonna set you back a little bit, but that's completely fine. It's worth the price. Now the farm ruins. Okay, go here. Now this one's actually gonna lead us to the exits. I'm gonna go in that direction to see. You always want to explore a bit more so you know where. We also find another information here, hopefully it's not too strong. Now you want to keep in mind always we beat this headlong assault. Now what you want to do is move your hero back, move another, lift the siege, and then go here and start again. Now when you're starting, headlong assault is gone. They still have one down until breach. Now what I like to pick up is harass defenders, but in this case, since there are so many support units that are kind of healing, I'm not going to pick that because that's actually going to damage me a bit more than it's going to help me, so that should be avoided in this case. Usually you want to go and do that. Now the next thing I like to pick up is a farm if I can. I want to increase the production of Wender. There's also this. This is too early to take, so I'm not going to be going for that yet, just yet. I also want to usually go for something that's going to increase your production. In this case, I'm not, so I'm going to take the gold. Because I don't have anything that's going to boost my production nearby anymore. This was the other one. We bring our other units in there. So we have more, and this is going to be cast. So we can get even more clearing power. They're going to start producing the warrior anyway, and start digging here. See what else we're gonna have. This I should have got done sooner, but I didn't see it. And on the next turn, we're gonna be capturing a nice and very strong city. See, this one is usually you want to get ransom. Anything else is not really good choice. Whenever you can get the gold, you should be getting the gold. That's just how it goes. Now, this is somebody seems to be near here. That's the enemy, and I'm gonna go towards them. I want the graveyard. It's not the strongest, not the weakest, but that's an issue. Now, we are seeing here is not a very good city location. I was hoping that it was gonna be better. I'm not sure I can be expanding towards there. This seems to be the better way to go for, because like we see here, that the enemy is coming from here when you go over the map. So he's going to be closer to here, and there's not much stuff here. There's a water graveyard, and this one is going to be so reachable for this city. So doing anything other than that does not seem it's going to be in the domain of this city, and it does not justify placing a second city there. So now we go for this fight. For this fight, we want to keep one of the supports near your artery units here. So, also want to cast Frostblade before the fight starts, so we get that nice bonus. This is not much of an issue right now, because some of the units are gonna die in this fight. And city. Even nothing died in this fight, which is great for us. And we have capture. Now you can absorb this or you can migrate it. Or you can even raise it. All of those are good choices. In this case, since they are not really great choices, I would migrate them. I would like to use it as a wish for the ritual alacrity, and I'm not gonna get much out of the high. If it had a better racial, some racial transformation, you could be using it, but they don't seem to have anything that's really good. So I'm gonna be absorbing it, not migrating this one. Even though it's gonna kill off the population, you're gonna get that pretty fast overall. Now you want to go and start going into the other directions. So you could go for this one. That is going to be the city that's going to expand, but I would like to see what's over here in this direction. And it seems like it's a natural course of action to move towards that. This is a very easy fight, even though it's not like, yeah, this fight can be taken because there is enough units over here. And especially if we get the signature skill that's strong. Unfortunately, I did not get the mass rejuvenation. That is the strongest possible skill that you can get early. For that reason, I like picking Environment Outbreak. Even though this one is not good, it brings me closer to getting the mass rejuvenation because I don't want to get every single time Environment Outbreak. And Nature, although it's not a good affinity overall, it can be good early. So some of the things that you can get from it early can be quite nice. Next, I would like to make him as much as durable as possible because I don't want him to die. And then we have combat now, although I would like to get Fairy here as well. These are more healthy, so these ones get healed. That's the reasoning behind that. And once we clear this, there shouldn't be monsters yet. Don't have any monsters over there. Now hopefully we get this mistake that I also did because of the speed, relative speed that I played. I should have given him some love to this channel and this, because it's a mage here. I don't have a weapon to give him very early. Until I get a weapon, I can summon an animal. Is a good choice. We want to get that rejuvenation. That is the goal that we want to have. After this, we pretty much want to go and move in that direction. We want to move the faster units first. Those others can trail behind until we find something that we can fight about. These I also like to sell because I want early gold as much as possible. It's very valuable. And you want to continue producing as much as you can. Then the next turn, we're gonna get a couple of more turns to see where exactly is gonna be our third city. Are we gonna go for another conquest of a city, or are we gonna go for, okay, this is, even though there's a Tyrant Knight here, it should still be fairly easy fight. If we can get that, unfortunately we could not gotten that, so we're gonna move a bit more forward. And in the next turn we're gonna be fighting this. Because we want to heal those units, we don't want them to die. This one moves forward, more digging. We have reset the Snow Spirit. Now that is also one of the things. Even though I'm low on mana, I'm gonna get soon, so I'm gonna be even using that. Now I'm gonna be on Shrine, so I get more mana. Continue building these warriors because they are the bread and butter, so to say. I'm playing Barbarian because they go in stun units and they get very good combat results. Take some more. This is going to be potentially a city location. We're going to see how it goes. And one of the things I'm going to be doing here. Now let's see what have we found. So we have in here. Now one of the things that I'm going to like in this, I'm going to create a city here. This is going to be my city location. It's close to this city, so it's dependable. It's giving me one research node, second research node, and lastly it gives me the underground location to this city. This city could be taken, but another thing that you can do is, oh, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to settle this because it's actually bordering a city, so it's not going to be claimable, but we can still go for one of these other ones. Like this one might be actually a good choice. You don't want to usually settle on mana nodes and on any of these special materials, because any research center that you can build is usually a good choice to avoid building a city. That's sometimes why it's good to raise these cities, so you can actually build the city location and then you can claim it for the city, build a research node. That's another thing to watch out for. Then here, okay, not that. Back. We don't want to move every single hero with the. Okay, here. Now we can go and grab this. I'm gonna exclude these because I don't want any units to die. We got this. Get these which will draft. Now because it's been in the city, I'm not gonna actually be summoning. I'm gonna be using this. Okay. This is also not too strong to take anymore because we have quite strong heroes. We support units. Anything that you can, when you get supports like that, it's great. Any healer early game is very valuable. We have Shrieker still here, when we go and expand it there at some point. Now, second locations for city here is not that bad of a call. You want to get this material as well, but you can also get this with an outpost and maybe expand it later towards it. Maybe there's some more land here, but my guess is that the enemy is going to be closer to it, and they are going to expand there. Maybe you want to declare war later on them for it, but that's a future decision, and that depends on the game that you play. So, we want to build more warriors, another warrior. This we gain from killing of this, we gain more draft, enough draft to kill it. Now, actually spawned. Now, on turn 10, you should get the spawn of infestations. You always want to, if you play with regenerating infestations, you want to go and look where they spawn. Now, since the infestation spawned here, this is instantly cleared, so we don't actually even have to fight that anymore. We can just pick it up and increase our population in this town. Since we have it now, we can start building some of the buildings over here. Since it doesn't have any forester, I don't want to build this very fast. So I'm gonna be building shrines because we're not high in mana. It's time to start building some of these because we want to benefit from them. You want to burn those and rebuild them because you gain 75 gold for breeding them, and then you build them back for 50 gold, and you're always not positive in that regard. Now here in this case, you want to, since I have a quarry and a farm, I want to build a forester as well. So we have that also. Now we have nothing better to build because of the lack of the gold. I'm going to build a storehouse. That's also a decent choice to get. We make, and in the next turn we create another city. We move towards here, clear this. That needs a clear. We move towards this to see how strong it is. This is a bit problematic to play early. Phoenixes are a problem. These are also, I would not recommend clearing them very early, even though it's gonna cause us a bit problems. I will wait for a bit more units for them to be healthy for you to engage into that. Okay, we have this one. Oh yeah. Back here. Another level up. And here we have Tag Up. And unfortunately this doesn't seem a very viable location for the city again. Trying to find a bit more about the enemies. So this is Another great net. This is a good location for a city. Very good location for a city. Because you're ready to go, make an aggressive play, but I would not recommend that. It says it already has a discipline claim, you're gonna give them grievances. That's not something that you want. You don't want to make too much enemies. It depends on the playstyle of the enemy. It has a various amount of factors that you can count in it. Now as well, I should place some of these things on my leader, but that's in your games, you're getting watching much more on it than I did in this one. So that's gonna be last. This is gonna be the last turn. And now I was lucky to get this one. So it says founding migrating exorbitant takes -2 turns. So this one is only 1 turn to build. That's massive. I'm gonna have 3 cities, turn 12, each of which is going to be able to develop. Now also I'm going to import this page so I can use Ritual Alacrity. Now, take import Ritual Alacrity. We're just gonna go and clear this. Don't want it to become too much. We're going to go and call them all. Kill those. This is going to be the next one. I might actually have a chance against this game because we have so much in this already. So I'm gonna go try just for the experimentation sake to see how well it does. It should be going good unless you get really unfortunate with the stuns, which has been known to happen. You never want to rely too much on it. There's also a nice quest here that you can finish. After you finish it, you should get a reward for the extra draft, so that's also nice to get. And we're actually going to use this in the next turn. More of a chance for those phases. If you can clear those early, that is a massive bonus for you. Because that does create massive troubles in the later stage of the game. After that, after I get this city, the next thing is I should be, if I can, clear this. If there are later levels, I suppose that there was maybe 1 or 2 warriors in it. I don't like doing that, but it's still very good to clear it. It can cause a lot of troubles later on in the game, and you don't want to always have that one. Extra knowledge, nice. You can complete the chapter. Now it depends on what you like, what you are going for. With the barbarians, I like to go for the animal build as well, so I'm gonna pick up the double skins. There are many different routes that you can take. This is just one of them. There's not much thought to it other than that. So let's see quickly how well this goes. But this is a fairly large army. I'm actually going to exclude this one because I feel like it's gonna waste my healing on it. And this shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it says warriors are nothing. Now we get a good amount of growth in this city, which is very nice and very important for us to get that early growth. We get I'm going to build a farm here because it doesn't matter. I'm going to declare war in the city. Now what's good thing to do is to clear wonders if you can. Now these are not that strong. This is easy wonder to clear. We can use 1 more warrior to give it more power. Again, not to forget this one. This identification. We get 1 more level up from there. More defense, that's always good. And I'm gonna get this better on him. Let's go defense. And let's go explore it. This should be a fairly easy fight without any losses. So early you want Imperium. Imperium is the most important thing. This is nice overall, but it's not that good. It's not gonna be that good. Imperium is gonna be very important for you. We want to see how much these guys have. Gonna put them here. And this one we want to see how much units does it have. doesn't seem to have any. He doesn't seem to have walls either, so I'm gonna move outside of it to make it that he doesn't feel threatened by me. And we're gonna make one more turn so we can show that as well. Rebuild this improvement. And we want to build more gold. This also gold, okay. We have found the enemy, so his capital is here. He does not have a lot of room to expand. He has some room down there, so my guess is that he's gonna make another city here, so that makes it outside the option for me. But there seems to also be land over here, so we're gonna go check that out. There's also a pointer here. It's always good. You should be looking for these wonders in the fog of war. Whenever you have time, to see where exactly you should be moving at some other stage of the game. So since we have a lot of mana now, we're gonna start summoning. This is also the time that you should be looking to pick up a second hero. I mean a third hero. We're gonna be doing that next. Okay, gonna go next turn. And let's go fight this. No. Second, move this one first. Trespass, mixed domain. Hopefully it did not spawn, although it probably did spawn at this point. So we're gonna go and see if there's nothing else. Maybe there's the outskirts of it, but this is gonna be good because we're gonna capture this city with ease. It's not gonna cause us much issues. We always want to get some of the support with the units. Kind of giving them here. So there it is. We have here another unit which is gonna attack us after we capture the city, but it's fine. Since we're going to capture the city with relative ease, it's not gonna cause us trouble. So we kill it. Very easily killed. Actually, we put it up with the enemy. Yeah, we're gonna go kill that one as well. We can't move our hero with that. We can move this here. See, it's not a very strong overall. We're gonna move our second hero here. Summon elemental. These elementals can now be used to catch up to the enemy. Kill this quickly. Kill it now. Now is the time to pillage every single improvement on here. Because this is the city that we want to raise, so our own city can expand into its territory. That's what we're going to be doing here. We've done it. Now every single province is being raised. There we go here. After you select raising the provinces, at that time you click raise the city, because if you click it sooner, then it's not going to allow you to raise the province. This is going to provide us a massive boost of gold, which is something you want to have early, because as you've seen, I'm spending gold as I'm gaining it. Now we can increase it with 2 farms, but this is the only building that actually even requires 2 farms. I might make it a farm here, and instantly after that, placing it with research boost. So we have gotten the boost, but we don't actually want to open 1 farm overall. Now we can get this one, and you should be getting pointers as much as you can, because it gives you an extra Imperium, and like I said, extra Imperium is a lot. This is another mistake that I'm making this, and you want to keep watching that. Since I have a lot of Imperium, I'm not going to be able to settle a new city that soon. I should have taken this because there was a hero over there that we could have gained knowledge from. Maybe even more 2 heroes, I'm not sure. Yes, there were 2 heroes from that 60 that we could have gained. 300 knowledge early. 300 knowledge early is very important. Now there's not much in here. He's expanding. God knows where. The AI sometimes makes a bit weird choices. Players are not going to be making as bad of the choices that the AI is making in this game. So you should always be clearing what the other players are doing. In this case, you also want to go and maybe expand down here. That's one of the ways. Like my next step would be with heroes to go over here. One at least. To see if there is another city to place. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got some useful advices from it. See you next